As a child, I was always intrigued with art, and one of the first experiences I had with art was when my mom gave me a jar of origami stars. Now, origami is the Japanese art form where it's paper being folded, and uh, so for this, I'm gonna teach you how to fold a paper crane, which is one of the first things that I ever learned, and it's really easy. So all you need is a sheet of paper. This is just printer paper, but for origami, the paper has to be square. So to make this a square, you would need to fold this edge and align it with this edge. It'll look like this. Alright, so once you have this edge aligned with this, you fold the bottom excess part up. So then you just have this triangle. And then it's unfolded, that triangle becomes a perfect square. So what we need to do now is remove this excess sheet. You can just cut that off with a pair of scissors, or you can just like run your fingernail along the line and just tear it off. They do make paper specific for origami, which is thinner and easier to fold, but with this will just be fine. So step 2 is you have this one line across, so you join the opposite corners across, so you have an X in the middle. This paper crane is like the epitome of what people think of when I talk about origami, or origami is brought up. Alright, so now that we have this X in the middle, we want to put a line across, like horizontally. And so the X is folded this way, and then the next fold will be folded the opposite way. Once you get that folded right here, we do the same thing on this side. So now what you have is like 4 folds on a square sheet of paper, and these folds are strategically placed so that it can collapse in on itself. And then you have this, it's called the diamond base. And this base is used for a lot of different origami pieces, like different birds and stuff like that. Alright, so once you have this, which is just collapsed in on the lines that you've already folded, like that, in on the diagonal folds and down on the straight folds. Now what you want to do after this is you take one of these flaps, or these 4 flaps, then you fold this line with the bottom side open. You fold that into the middle. And you do that for each of the 4 sides. So I just did this one and this one. Now you flip it over and do the same thing. Alright, now that you have all 4 sides folded in with the bottom side open, remember, you take this triangle part at the top and fold it down over the 2 sides that you folded in. And once you've done that, you can open it, the bottom side flap, and you push it up along that line we just folded right here. Push it up along this line, and then push it down along the lines that we folded with the flaps. So that it looks like this. It's just open up and fold in. And then you want to do the same thing for the other side. So we have to fold it down because it helps with the push up. That fold helps this part where you open it up and you push it up along that line. All of these lines and folds so far just help guide the next step. So now you have this. This is the bird base. So from here, you would just take one of these flaps on the bottom side, open again, and you fold it into the middle. And you do that for all 4 sides. These will act as the head and the tail of the crane. So now that you have this, then the last steps are, this is the most difficult step. It's to take this and push it up, tuck it into itself, and like reverse the fold and bring it up. And you do that for both sides. So you open this up, fold this up, and then bend it in on itself. And then align it with this line, with that edge. All right. The final step for this origami crane, which is one of the first pieces of origami I learned how to make as a child, is the head. So the head, people get really confused, but it's not that hard. You just pinch it by the neck, grab it with your thumb on the inside and this down, and you push down, which makes it flat, then you fold it back over. Then you have a head. And then you can just fold the wings down because there's an edge that it stops, and then you have an origami crane.